So this is the first class of electrostatics. For electrostatics I will take 3 classes. One class, the first class will be on electric field and Gauss theorem. So this is the class 1, electric field and Gauss theorem, the theory class, which will be from SL Aura. This is the class 1. Okay, so class 2, second class will be on electric field, electric potential. This is the second class. And after the first class and second class, what we will do, we will solve the question answers. Electric field potential question answers, see, that will be class 3, Gauss theorem class 4, and the class 5 will be on electric capacitance. Okay, the theory of electric capacitance, and the question answers will be class 6. Okay, is this clear? Now, so you are starting the chapter electric charges and field. Okay, so what is frictional electricity? The question first only it is given in the form of question, when is body said to be electrified or charged. Now what is written over here? Frictional electricity. What is this? Let me tell you. Suppose there is a rod, glass rod. This is a glass rod, and there is a silk cloth. Now you are rubbing this glass rod with the silk cloth. Okay, and suppose this is here you have some pieces of paper. Okay, whenever you will bring the glass rod closer to this pieces of paper, what will happen? Now this glass rod will attract the pieces of paper towards itself. Okay, okay, so this, why? Because it has become electrified or electrically charged. Now this is due to rubbing with the silk rod, that is, this is due to friction, right? So it is called frictional or static electricity. Okay, is this very much clear? And they have given this, the electricity developed by rubbing is called frictional or static electricity. The rubbed substance which show this property of attraction to have become electrified or electrically charged. So what is electricity? The property of rubbed substances due to which they attract light objects is called electricity. And the electricity developed by rubbing, it is the static electricity or the frictional electricity. And the bodies which show the property is said to be electrified or electrically charged. Okay, now what is electric charge? What is electric charge? Electric charge is an intrinsic property of elementary particle which gives rise to electric force between various objects. So all the objects, they are made up of electrons and protons, and electric charge is an intrinsic property. Okay, now when there is an electric charge and there is another electric charge, so the one electric charge, suppose this is a positive charge, this is a negative charge, they will attract, right? Or if there are same charges repel. This I will tell you in the later course of the chapter, but for simplicity, so if there is one electric charge, whatever the charge it may be, it is an electric charge. Okay, it is an electric charge. I am denoting it by Q. There is another electric charge. So this electric charge will exert a force on this electric charge, and this electric charge will exert a force on this electric charge, right? So the electric charges, they exert force between or what was happening over here, this glass rod which has become electrified, it was exerting a force, attracting force on this, and it was attracting the pieces of paper, right? So I have already told. So electric charge is an intrinsic property of elementary particles by which it gives rise to electric force between objects. And electric charge, it is a scalar quantity, very important. That there are two types of quantity, one is a vector and one is a scalar. Scalar quantity has only magnitude, and vector quantities have both magnitude and direction, right? So electric charge is a scalar quantity, that means it has only magnitude. Okay, now the SI unit is coulomb, and positive has the proton has a positive charge plus E, electron has a positive charge minus E. E is what? E, the charge of an electron is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb minus. Okay. So large scale matter that consists of, so what is electrostatics? Electrostatics is the study of electric charge as rest. Okay, and we are starting with electrostatics only. What are the applications? See, there are in loudspeakers, pens, powder, Xerox copying machine, there are so many. Okay, now there are two kinds of charges, and these like charges repel, unlike charges attract. How this is proved? This is proved by a simple experiment. See, there are two, this is both are, there are two. See, I am taking a glass rod, rubbing it with silk, it is getting a charge. I am doing same for another glass rod, and I am taking this glass rod closer. The glass, they are repelling each other. This glass rod and this glass rod, they are repelling each other. That means they have same charges because they are rubbed with same. Now I am doing same thing with this. Now I am taking a plastic rod in place of glass rod, and this is the glass rod. I am rubbing it with silk. Okay, what is happening? They are attracting each other. Now what I am doing, I am rubbing the silk plastic rod, two plastic rods with silk, and bringing them closer. They are repelling. Okay, so now here you are seeing two things. Silk cloth is same. When it is rubbed with glass rod, it is getting positive charge, one type of charge. You don't know positive or negative, it is getting one type of charge. When you are rubbing it with a plastic rod, it is getting another type of charge. So when we are rubbing it with, মানে যখন আমরা গ্লাস রডে ঘষছি সিল্ক ক্লথটা, তখন একরকম চার্জ তৈরি হচ্ছে। যখন প্লাস্টিক রডে ঘষছি, একই জিনিসকে আমি দু জায়গায় ঘষছি, দুরকমভাবে দুটো আলাদা আলাদা চার্জ তৈরি হচ্ছে। এবার যখন আমি একটা সিল্ক ক্লথকে নিয়ে একটা গ্লাস রডে আমি ঘষবো, তারপর আরেকটা গ্লাস রডে ঘষবো, তখন কী হবে? ওই দুটো গ্লাস রডে একই রকম চার্জ তৈরি হবে। তো যখন লাইক চার্জেস কী হচ্ছে, রিপেল করে যাচ্ছে। এটা আমি দেখতে পেয়েছি যে তখনই দুটো আনছি, দেখ লাইক চার্জেস রিপেল করে যাচ্ছে। কিন্তু আনলাইক চার্জেস কী করছে, কিন্তু যখন আমি এই সিল্ক ক্লথটাকে প্লাস্টিক রডে ঘষছি, আবার দুটো প্লাস্টিক রডে ঘষছি, সেম রিপেল করে যাচ্ছে। কিন্তু যখন গ্লাস রডের দিয়ে একবার ঘষা হচ্ছে, একবার প্লাস্টিক রডে ঘষা হচ্ছে, তখন কী করে যাচ্ছে? অ্যাট্রাক্ট করে যাচ্ছে। তার মানে দু ধরনের চার্জ তৈরি হচ্ছে। লাইক চার্জগুলো কী করে? রিপেল করে, আনলাইক অ্যাট্রাক্ট করে। এই যে প্লাস মাইনাস এরা দিয়ে করিয়েছে না, তখন তুমি বুঝবে কী করে যে কোনটা প্লাস কোনটা মাইনাস? তুমি তো সিম্পল অবজারভেশন দেখো, এটা এরা জানে, এরা দেখে নিয়েছে, যে পরে আলাদা এক্সপেরিমেন্ট করে দেখা গেছে। কিন্তু এই এক্সপেরিমেন্ট দিয়ে বোঝা যায় না যে গ্লাসে প্লাস হয় না আর প্লাস্টিকে মাইনাস হয়। এটা কিন্তু এক্সপেরিমেন্ট দিয়ে কোনোরকমভাবে বোঝা যায় না। হাউ ক্যান ইউ আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড দিস? বাই ভেরিয়াস আদার এক্সপেরিমেন্টস, বাট নট ডাইরেক্টলি দিস এক্সপেরিমেন্ট। Another experiment, see, they have taken two pit balls, same charges, Okay, both positively charged coming closer, no, they are getting away, they are repelling. The same thing is happening to negative, but one positive, one negative, they are attracting. So like charges repel, unlike charges attract. And there are two kinds of electric charges. So what are the conclusion from this experiment? I have told you that there are two kinds of charges. One is a positive charge, one is a negative charge. And the second thing is, like charges repel, this is an alike and unlike charges attract. This is the fundamental law of electrostatics. Okay. The property which distinguishes two kinds of charges is called polarity of charge. Okay. Now what is vitreous? These are old concept you will study. These are very simple thing you will study by yourself. That the charge developed on glass rod when rubbed with silk, that is vitreous charge. And when the charge is developed on amber when rubbed with wool, it is the resinous charge. Okay. And when it was glass rod, it was positive charge. When you will rub silk cloth in glass rod, this glass rod will get positive charge. When you will rub the plastic rod with the silk cloth or wool, it will get negative charge. Okay. Now see, these are the columns. Okay. This is very simple column. When you will rub, see, this is the, when glass rod and silk cloth will, this is glass rod will get positive, silk cloth will get negative. Glass rod ebonite, glass rod amber, glass rod plastic sheet, glass rod rubber shoes, each other. So this is getting positive, this is getting negative. Fennel, cat skin, এর মধ্যে যেগুলোই থাকুক তাদের সব ক্ষেত্রে কিন্তু ফ্যানেলই পজিটিভ হবে, এইগুলো নেগেটিভ চার্জ হবে। অ্যাম্বার রড আর ফ্যানেল ঘষলে কিন্তু ফ্যানেলটা হচ্ছে পজিটিভ হয়ে যাবে, অ্যাম্বার রডটা নেগেটিভ হয়ে যাবে। এইগুলো তো বোঝা গেল। কিন্তু ধরো গ্লাস রডকে আমি উলেন কোট দিয়ে আমি ঘষে দিলাম, তখন দুটোই তো পজিটিভ হতে পারবে না। যে ওপরে আছে সে পজিটিভ হবে, যে নিচে আছে সে নেগেটিভ হবে। মানে গ্লাস রড আর ফ্যানেল ঘষলে গ্লাস রড পজিটিভ হবে, ফ্যানেল নেগেটিভ হবে। গ্লাস রডকে উলেন কোট দিয়ে ঘষলে গ্লাস রড পজিটিভ হবে। মানে গ্লাস রডকে তুমি যাই দিয়ে ঘষো, এগুলোর মধ্যে এগুলোর মধ্যে ঘষো, গ্লাস রডই সবসময় পজিটিভ হবে। ফ্যানেলকে তুমি গ্লাস রড বাদ দিয়ে যার দিয়েই ঘষো না কেন পজিটিভ কিনে হতে হবে। সো এইরকম একটা বেটার আমরা পরপর লিখতাম, এইটা তারপরে এটা লিখতাম, এরকম লিখে দিলে পরপর লিখতাম। ওপরের জিনিসটা পজিটিভ হবে, নিচের জিনিসটা নেগেটিভ হবে। এই হলো কনসেপ্ট। ওকে, এবার আমরা চলে যাব হচ্ছে ইলেকট্রনিক থিওরি অফ ফ্রিকশনাল ইলেকট্রিসিটি। ইলেকট্রনিক থিওরি অফ ফ্রিকশনাল ইলেকট্রিসিটি, হোয়াট ইজ দিস? Okay, and this is a very important part, little bit important part. See, all the matters are made up of atoms. Okay, and centrally there is proton. So this is suppose atom, there is a centrally there is a nucleus which is containing proton and neutron, and electrons are revolving around each other. Okay, so the negative electrons, they are cancelling the positive protons over here, and the electrons, they are cancelling each other, so they are neutral. But in the outermost cell, what is happening? See, in the outermost cell, they are very weakly bound. So the energy required to remove electron from the surface of the material is called work function. So to remove an electron, outermost cell electron from the surface of the material, that is called work function. The energy required is called work function. So when two different bodies are rubbed with each other, what is happening? Now this rubbing only, we will discuss on this rubbing only. For so long we are discussing, we are rubbing. So when they will be rubbed against each other, what will happen? Electrons are getting transferred from one material to another material. Which material to which? The material having lower work function from there to the material having higher work function. The material which is having lower work function, from there electron is getting transferred to the material having higher work function. When a glass rod is rubbed with a silk cloth, some electrons are transferred from glass rod to silk. So that's why glass rod is getting positive charge, and the silk rod is getting negative charge due to excessive electron, that is lacking of electrons. So electric charge is conserved by rubbing. So see, this is a very interesting thing they have said. That is the only way electron is pulled away from one atom and getting a strong electric force, to exert strong electric force in it. So from one body to another body it is going due to rubbing. So they must have an electric origin. Okay. Now let us understand about conductors and insulators. Okay, what is a conductor? Substances in which electric charges can flow easily are the conductors. Okay, so whenever you will see there is suppose this is a conductor. So if this part of the conductor is getting positively charged, I am doing it by induction. What is induction? See, here is the induction I will teach you. So this charge will get distributed. Suppose there is accumulation of charge, there will be no accumulation of charge. It will get distributed throughout the conductor. Okay, so they can flow easily. And now because they have large number of free electrons, which makes them good conductors of electricity. And the examples are given. Human body is itself a conductor. That's why we get shock. Otherwise, we wouldn't have. That's why it says that whenever there is something where there is a chance of getting shock, you take wood, then you stand up, because this wood is becoming insulator. Otherwise, if you directly do it, your body is conductor and ground is conductor. Okay, insulator. Now wood is an insulator. What is happening here, the charges cannot flow easily, because there is because the outermost shell electrons, they are very tight. Okay, tightly bound. There is absence of free charge carriers, high resistance to the flow of electricity. Example: glass, diamond, porcelain, plastic. Wood is very important example. See, wood. The more important difference between conductor and insulator is that some charges are transferred to conductor. Whatever I was telling you. Okay, that suppose this is a conductor. Here I am making it charge. This will get distributed throughout the body. But for insulator, it is accumulated in this part only. It will not get distributed. Okay, so a metal rod held in hand rubbed with wool does not develop any charge. Why? Because when the metal rod held in hand, this is the important line, held in hand, important word. Why? Because human body is a good conductor of electricity. The metal rod, whatever it will get charged, the electricity will get, the charges will get transferred to the human body, and it will get distributed. So the metal body held in hand will never. So that's why you need a metal rod with a wooden handle, right? Because the wood will act as a insulator. So the charges will remain in the metal rod. It will, because of the insulator, it will not get transferred to the insulator, and thus it will not get transferred to our body also. Okay, why is earthing or grounding is necessary? What is importance of earthing and grounding? So suppose we are in contact with the charge body. Our body is a conductor, so the charges will transfer to our body and momentary current, and that will go to the earth. So that momentary current will give us shock. That's why what happens, that we are doing earthing where there is a wire which is going from suppose there is an appliance, suppose there is a geyser, okay, and there is an wire from the geyser which is grounded. Okay, so what if suppose there is excess charge on the geyser anyhow, so from this wire the electrons will get transferred. If it is getting negative charge, electrons get transferred, and if it is getting positive charge, then electrons from the earth will come here. So it will get neutral. Whenever we will touch that, we will not get any shock. The process in which a body shares charges with earth is called earthing. Okay. See, whatever I told, the diagrams are given. If the body is getting positive charge, then the electrons will flow from earth to the body. Current will flow in this direction. So the direction of current flow is opposite to electron flow. If electron is flowing in this direction, current will flow in this direction. Now here it is negative charge, excess electrons will pass to the earth. Okay, so electron flow is in this direction, so current flow is in this direction. So electricity from mains are separated in the three core wiring. There is a live wire, there is a neutral wire, there is the earth wire. You will see this type of socket. This is earth, this is live, this is neutral. Okay, or you can make it neutral, this is live, no problem. Okay, so color coding is very important. The red wire is the live wire, brings the current. Black wire is the neutral wire, takes the current, and the green wire is the earth wire connected to thick metal plate deep buried in earth. Okay, so for large electrical appliances, okay, everywhere we see they are connected to earth wire, because then there is an such that we don't receive a shock. Now we will start with the electrostatic induction. That what is electrostatic induction? This is another interesting topic, electrostatic induction. Now see, what is electrostatic induction? So this is a conducting rod. Okay, this is a conducting rod, and in this conducting rod initially the positive and negative charges, they were equally distributed. Okay, and this was neutral, and it is kept on an insulating stand. See, this is an insulating stand. Okay, so this was the initial setup. Now a positively charged, and that time this was also not present over here. Okay, so this was the normal setup. Now what happens, a positively charged glass rod is taken near one end, the A end, the AB they have written, right? And so these positively charged glass rod is what happening. What is it doing? Whatever the negative charges were there, wherever the negative charges were there, it attracted all the negative charge towards this A. Now this is not touched condition. I am taking it closer, not touching it. This is very important. So when all the charges are attracted towards the A end, it is becoming negative charged, because there is excess of electrons. Whereas this end, B end, there is deficit of electrons or deficiency of electrons, so it is getting positively charged. Okay, after now when I remove this glass rod, all these charges will disappear. So what is electrostatic induction? What is phenomenon of temporary electrification of conductor, in which charges appear at its closer end, that is, and similar charges appear. So opposite charges at closer end, opposite charges at closer end. See, this is plus, this is opposite charges and closer end, and similar charges at further end of a charged body. Okay, so this is the induced charge. The charge which is produced at the ends of conducting rod is the induced charge, and the charge producing the induced charge, that means the charge on the glass rod which induces these charges, are called inducing charge. So this is inducing charge, this is induced charge. Okay, now this one, that is two metal spheres can be oppositely charged by induction. Now we are charging two metal spheres. Again, these are insulating strands. Okay, they are in contact with each other. Now I am bringing a positively charged glass rod towards them. Now sorry, excuse me. So now when I am taking the positively charged glass rod closer to this metal sphere, this side is getting negative charge, and they are connected, right? So this end will get, this is now one body, this is now a one body. So this side is getting negative charge, this side is getting positive charge. Clear? Now keeping the glass rod closer to this, I am separating both the spheres. Okay, now I will remove the glass rod. See here, no glass rod. I have removed the glass rod. Okay, so as it is removed, what is happening? Now this is getting negative charge, this is positive charge. Okay, So after some time, this as this is the conductor, the charges will get distributed. So the charges are getting distributed. Okay, so this is like this. See, I have made one sphere negative and the opposite charges I have developed. Okay, now how can you charge a metal sphere positively without touching it? Now I will charge the metal sphere positively without charging it. See, this is charging by induction. See, I am taking a plastic rod negatively charged. How? Again same thing, rubbing with silk cloth. Okay, I am bringing it closer to a metal sphere on insulating stand. This is conducting sphere. Okay, by keeping this in close only, I am grounding it, so all the negative charges are going to the earth. Okay, then I'm stopping this. This connection, I'm cutting this connection over here, and this the plastic rod is in position. Now I'll remove the plastic rod. This charge will eventually get distributed throughout the sphere, and the metal rod is what? Positively charged. So whatever our requirement was. Now gold leaf electroscope. What is the use of gold leaf electroscope? This is used for detecting electric charges. Suppose this is the setup. Here you see the metal knob. Here are the gold leaves. Here is the rubber stopper. This is the glass vessel, which is glass vessel. Vacuum is there. You will bring a charge near it. This glass rod, this gold leaf and this gold leaf, they will have same charges and they will diverge. More the diverge, the degree of divergence gives the measure of amount of charge. More it will diverge, more it is. Suppose you are taking one glass rod, two glass rod. First one glass rod you took the A and B. For A you get less diversion. For B you get more diversion. That means B has more charges than A. See, okay. So this is only told. This is gold leaf microscope. You have done it in class 6 or 7. Very long. Now here I end class 1 part 1. We will start part 1, and in the next part we will start with the basic properties of electric charge. If you have any doubt and you have not understood any portion of the chapter, please let me know in the comment section below. I will either I will discuss it in the next part, or I will give you a neat boost class. Okay, where I will solve all your queries. I will answer to all your queries. Along with it, I will give you more extra informations, high level informations on that need boost classes. So you have to attend the need boost classes. That is very important class.